Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today I am doing a Sims 4 speed build. I'm looking forward to sharing this with you all because I was quite proud of this speed build that I accomplished. So I got inspired by a picture of a house that I saw on my Pinterest feed. This is the house design that I saw on Pinterest that I decided to recreate in the Sims 4. Now before we get started, I know it's not perfect, but I tried my best to recreate the image. I thought that this build could be for a couple and they have decided to buy a house together. In this house there is no upstairs, so it's only downstairs. This house is quite a small house. Well, I say that, but it's not really a small house, it's just got no upstairs, and it also is a little bit crowded, like there's not a lot of space in the house. This house is a 30 by 20. I'm going to stop rambling and actually talk about the build itself and what I'm actually doing. So I am just choosing the wallpaper for the house and I'm just building the fence around it. If I'm 100% honest, I wasn't too sure how this house was going to turn out to be like, but I quite liked it in the end. I'm currently just choosing the windows, and let me tell you something, it was a struggle. With the windows, I had to cut out so much of this video just because of the windows. I changed my mind a lot throughout this video, which you will see, and I managed to find some windows that would do for now, but I do end up changing it a lot. I thought this house was a little bit too big on like the outside scale, so I did bring it in a little bit as well just to tidy it up a little bit more. Then I just placed some windows down and some pillars for the house. I have to say I really did like the area that I chose to place this house a lot. I'm just placing the pillars around the outside of the house. Here I had a fort and I decided to bring in the house because I had an idea of putting like a garden there and then putting like a back door or something in the kitchen, but then I was like it wouldn't really work, and plus because I'm following a picture it probably wouldn't turn out right, so I decided to scratch that idea and just decided not to do it in the end. It took me a while to decide on like the design for the outside of the house. As you can see here, I put in like a chair just to give it like that cozy feel of a home. I quite liked the idea, and I also placed some plants. I wasn't too sure what sort of plants to put outside the house, so I just kind of chose like different variety of plants and tried to match the aesthetic of the front porch. Personally, I thought it all turned out pretty well and I quite liked it. So after choosing the plants, I went back and faffed around with the windows. Again, like I said, I did change my mind a lot with the windows, so you'll see me change them quite often. Then I decided to work on the landscape of the house. Again, following along with the picture for the actual design of this house, there was like plants, and they put like, it was like in sand, so I tried to do it, but I couldn't work out how to do like the surface of it. So what I just did in the end was I just basically used the brush and did it that way instead, because the other way was too complicated, the way that they did it in the picture. I had no idea how to do that in The Sims 4 yet. I'm still learning, so I just used the brush for this part. Also, the plants that they used in the picture, I couldn't find any with like the same colour, so what I did was I just used like what I had in the game. Altogether, I thought it turned out pretty well, even though it's not the exact same, but I did try. And now we are moving on into the inside of the house. Woohoo! Wow! So, for the inside of the house, I tried my best to create what was in the image, but it didn't turn out exact, it turned out similar. So this is kind of how it turned out. Like, I basically started in the living room first, and I did mess about a little bit at first, trying to get like the right sort of design for this house. I tried to place the little sofas the way that they are now, but it didn't really work out. So I did like move it about, and then here I decided on putting like closet. I saw this in a video by Sid Mac. So I worked on the entryway, living room, and the closet for like coats and stuff. Then I just tried to figure out where all the rooms were going and what room was what. So I placed a bed in one of the rooms, and then I started doing the little closet idea. Then I decided where my bathroom was going to be, where my kitchen was going to be. And then there was like in the photo this like weird little, I think, walkway. I don't really know what it was supposed to be, but I added it on there because I thought it looked kind of cool. Also, I did make like a really small hallway for the Sims, but hopefully they should be able to walk up and down it. I think they can. Also, I forgot to place my lights, so I just quickly did that because I was like, hang on a second, why is it so dark in this house? And then I realised, oh wait, I have not put on the lights yet, so I must do that. Anyways, I decided to go with like a white wallpaper because I think that was what was inside the house, like design on the picture that I'm copying. It was white walls, so I went with white walls. It is now time to place a window in the awkward little room hallway thing. I don't really know what it actually is, but I'm just going to place a window here anyways. And then I just close the walls and then choose an open door so my Sims can just walk through. I went with a grey, black and white theme for the living room. I didn't match the whole design of the inside of the house. I did want to add my own little bits to the house, like colours and that. Also, I'd just like to add on as well that whilst I was editing this, I realised I forgot to put in some coats near the entryway where the closet is. So throughout this video, let's just pretend that it has coats in the closet area, but you guys can download this build onto your Sims 4 gameplay if you want to. It will be up in my library, but I thought I'll just add that in here that I did forget to add those bits. into the build. Moving on to the flooring, I decided to go with like a light oak wood flooring, and then I went back around and used the white wallpaper and just went over the bits of paint that I've missed. Then I decided to add some picture frames into the living room. At first I went with like these daisy picture frame flower and then like splash of paint, but I didn't really like that design for this house that I was doing. But I did like these separate purple picture frames, but I like them in black a bit better because it just matched the aesthetic of the living room I was going for. I couldn't decide what I wanted to put in this area over here. I didn't know whether I wanted to put a bookshelf or I honestly have no idea, but I just messed around and came up with a plan. And then I wanted to do like something behind the sofa, but I wasn't quite sure what, so I decided to put end tables there, but I scratched that idea because I didn't really like it. Then decided to maybe place like a half wall there, which I quite liked the idea of, and I just really liked it. Then I decided to put some crazy wallpaper into the living room just to give it a little bit more of colour. In the room next to it, which is like the hallway bit, I wanted to place down a different colour for the flooring. I didn't want it all to be like the same flooring. I wanted to have some different flooring in each bedroom and also different wallpapers, but I did really like the floor that I chose here. I also put tile flooring into the bathroom as well. For the bathroom, I just wanted it to be a small bathroom because I did want this house to be for like a couple, so I just made a small bathroom. It didn't need to be that big, just something that's good for like 2 people to like live in, and that's so I added a shower. I was gonna add a bath, but then I changed my mind and I put in like a sink, but I did change my mind like I normally do. So yeah, I pretty much just added all the essentials that you need in a bathroom. After designing the bathroom, I then moved on to the bedroom. So obviously the couple are sharing a bedroom, so I put in a double bed, then I put in a mirror, and I really liked these drawers that I put in, and also the wardrobe I really liked. Then I just looked for some pictures and I quite like this, and then I was going to add the same like throughout, but then I was like, it kind of looked a bit weird, so I didn't really like that. And then I just put in a laundry basket. I didn't do too much with the couple's bedroom because I just wanted to keep it pretty basic. Now moving on to the kitchen, I went with like grey countertops, which is a modular countertop. I placed these counters into the kitchen and then I just added a sink and windows and then the cupboards. I didn't place too many cupboards because I don't really want to in this kitchen. I just added all the kitchen essentials that you would find in the kitchen, so like microwave, the fridge. I was going to place the fridge inside the kitchen, like a little bit closer to the counters, but it didn't look right, so I just placed it to the side. and I added the oven, which I almost forgot about. Definitely cannot forget about the oven. That is like the main essential of a kitchen, otherwise you will not be able to cook your food. So definitely do not do what I did, which was forget about the oven, because you need an oven. Anyways, that was a little ramble there. I then went on into the dining area bit. So what I did was I brought the dining room area into the kitchen, so the Sims can just walk into the dining room. I didn't want it to be like another separate room, I guess, so I just placed it in with the kitchen, which I quite liked. After I did the kitchen, I went back into the bedroom and just placed a bunch of stuff to make it look nice. And then I just went around the building just to see if there was anything else that I would like to add into this build. We are sadly coming to the end of this video, and I hope you all enjoyed. If you did, then definitely smash that subscribe button and smash that like button, and also comment down below. I would love to hear how your day has been and what you've been up to, so definitely do that in the comment section down below as well. I will be doing a lot more Sims 4 speed build videos on this channel, so if you're interested in that content, definitely stick around. Where's my pause button? Okay, there it is. So I'm just going to let you guys enjoy the rest of this speed build and also the screenshots at the end. I hope you all enjoyed, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye!